Today we'll be showcasing the most ridiculous weapons you'll only find in Borderlands 3. Borderlands is known for having some of the craziest weaponry in all of gaming, and today we're highlighting the best of them. I'll also let you know how you can get your hands on each of them so you can try them out for yourself, and let's crack into it. We open with the Bubble Blaster, a weapon exclusive to the Bounty of Blood, which can be obtained after completing the quest Dirty Deeds, which you can find around here in Ashfall Peaks. This is a weapon that proves that a bubble blowing badass always trumps a bubble blowing baby. Goofy gooby, yeah. It fires radioactive bubbles in a 3-round burst that slowly arc upwards before exploding, dealing radioactive splash damage. For a quest reward, it remains powerful today, even though it can't come anointed, and it never gets old showing your enemies what man's country truly is. Next up, the Scoville, obtained after completing all marketing mistakes challenges throughout the Handsome Jackpot DLC. This gun fires a new type of payload, Torg's hot sauce, so hot that it explodes on impact. It's the type of hot sauce you don't want on your burrito, but it is perfect for sharing with your enemies. Leave it up to Mr. Torg Hi-Fi Flexington to make an explosive food. Man's only knows one thing. Moving on to the long musket, an SMG obtained by defeating Lagromar, you can find around here in Conrad's Hole. Guns with legs created quite a stir when they were seen in the Borderlands trailer, but how about a gun with legs that's also a flamethrower? That is exactly what this gun does. Throwing a copy of the gun on the floor during reload will see it spring into life, frying the ankles of your enemies. Think of them like a pack of chihuahuas if they could breathe fire. Now the Predatory Lending, an SMG that can be obtained by defeating Lavender Crawley, you can find around here in the Droughts. They say hidden within this gun is the soul of a corrupt banker, as it doesn't take your SMG ammo, instead dollar bills drain directly from your bank account. You can use it to clear the battlefield while simultaneously making it rain, but unfortunately your enemies won't dance for you. It is a gun that struggles to deal damage, but that's not the only thing you'll be struggling with if you use it for too long. The Shoddy, the biggest scam in Borderlands 3. It can be obtained by completing the quest Money Back Guarantee, which you can find around here in the Blast Plains. You go into the quest thinking you'll get a nice Jacobs shotgun, but all you end up with is 100% genuine Jacobs. That's what happens when Stickley stickles you, giving you a shotgun that fires projectiles which simply fall to the ground. I haven't been stickled this badly since the Wonderlands DLC. The Fish Slap is a grenade you won't find in any other game, but you can find it in Borderlands 3 from Joey Ultraviolet, Fish Slap or Tyrone Smallums as part of the Cartel event. The Fish Slap is a rare breed, also known as the Tannis Riding Fish, that will slap enemies charged with the power of Bruce Lee. It deals melee damage, making it incredibly powerful, where the spawning salmon will bounce around, destroying everything in its wake. Never before have I seen in a game where the most powerful grenade is a fish. Now to the Firecracker, a spectacular shotgun obtained as part of the Guns, Love and Tentacles DLC after completing the quest Happily Ever After. This shotgun is what your neighbours are using on the 4th of July when you're wondering what that noise was. It fires sparkling projectiles that burst into life, dealing incendiary splash damage, but it can't come with an anointment. With it in your hands, you'll be a walking fireworks display, destroying anything in front of you. Strangely enough, it works best when aimed at the ground, the opposite of how you should handle fireworks. Actually, that makes perfect sense. Now to the Poopa 5000, and no, you don't go taller than it. It can be obtained by completing the quest Porter Prison, which you can find around here in Electra City. This weapon fires the most explosive ordnance of all. The Hershey Squishies are back with a vengeance. I don't want to go into that too much, but just know this gun stinks. The Hot Drop is a weapon that also smells, dropping from the most handsome man on Pandora, Hot Carl, who you can find around here in Devil's Razor. It's very similar to the Poopa, only spicier. However, the Poopa is no ordinary weapon. No, it's inspirational.
Poop will clean the world!
Did you know you can cosplay as Batman in Borderlands 3? Well, you can thanks to the Night Flyer, obtained by defeating Rackman, you can find around here in Carnivora. It typically fires in a 2-round burst, but if you're flying using your Batcape, it'll be fully automatic. However, this gun cannot kill. It'll put enemies down to 1 health and no lower. Onto a gun that shoots guns, the Gun, which you obtain after the quest Footsteps of Giants. Only in a Borderlands game can you find a gun that shoots guns. Also known as the Iridium Fabricator, it has 2 modes, one that consumes 10 iridium and the other that consumes 250. The standard mode shoots 10 weapons of random rarity, but it's that legendary mode which will see you spawn legendaries out of thin air. You can also get mission rewards too, and skills like Flax 2 Fang, Playing Dirty or the Infernal West Shield will actually up its weapon count. It would be the best thing ever if the items it fired actually dealt damage when they contacted an enemy. Borderlands 4, take note. Ever needed a new wheel for your Bandit Technical? Well, the mechanics got you covered, obtained as part of the Fallen Heroes Vault card. It fires explosive tires that bounce around until they contact an enemy and explode. I guess the tire pressure is pretty high with this one, and it's not often you discover how Scooter invented the wheel. It also doubles your vehicle damage if you've got it equipped while inside one, but you'll struggle to find a use for that. Now to the Gettelburger, a quest reward that's obtained after completing Dynasty Diner in the Meridian Metroplex. This launcher is the health inspector's worst nightmare, firing nasty patties that deal corrosive splash damage on impact. They bounce around a couple of times before exploding, and isn't the only weapon to feature burgers. There's also the Iceburger, obtained from the Cartels event, dropping from Joey Ultraviolet, Roaster, and the Tenderizer. The Iceburger switches up the patty game by introducing a laser into the mix. The laser burns you and the burgers freeze you, with each burger spawning another 2 on impact. I don't know how these 2 guns got made, but I assume a dev was hungry. Now to the Butt Plug, a weapon obtained after shooting Dump Truck's Dump Truck during the quest Dump on Dump Truck, which you can start around here in the Droughts. This weapon is one like no other, and for a time increased your melee damage more than anything else could. It will increase your melee damage by 110%, but if you stab them from behind, you'll get another 100% increase. That effect certainly fits its name, encouraging you to plug holes across the Borderlands. Onto a gun that shoots knives, the Blade Fury, obtained as part of the Bunker Master's Vault card. We've already showcased some weapons that shoot fireworks, steaming turds, tires, and burgers, so knives may seem a little tame. However, because Borderlands 3 treats 50% of this gun's damage as if you were actually punching someone, you can do some insane things. It is one of the most busted weapons in the game, and you can get it in fully automatic, semi-automatic, or one that shoots multiple projectiles. The Firefly is a gun where I get concerned about whoever developed it each time I read its unique effect. It can be found in Arms Race with an increased chance to drop from this chest room. This is a gun that's alive, shooting fireflies that hatch babies in the flesh of enemies. Shooting an enemy will spawn a swarm of glowing embers that will seek out and devour a nearby enemy, and it can be the initial target. It's a gun that burns and eats you from the inside out. Next, the Super Ball, a gun with an increased chance to drop from Baron Noggin around here in the Meridian Metroplex. Ever wanted to play Super Mario but your brothers got you a Nintendo? Well, now you kinda can in Borderlands 3. The Super Ball fires glowing orbs that make a nostalgic sound each time they bounce, and they bounce around a lot. It's pretty hard to get it actually to hit something, but at least it gives you something to do while you're waiting for your turn on the Nintendo. Is Roland forever in your heart? He's in mine, but he can also be symbolically on screen thanks to the Scorpio, obtained from Lieutenant Preston, who you fight around here in the Tazandere ruins. It's a TDR pistol, so has a unique effect when you reload it. This one spawns a copy of the Scorpio turret, making you miss Roland even more. I like to crouch behind it, close my eyes, and pretend he's still there. Moving on to the EMBs Purge, obtained after completing EMBs crew challenges throughout the Handsome Jackpot DLC. This is a gun that likes to play a little game of the floor is lava, but that lava is only ever at the feet of your enemies. Shooting them enough will spawn a magma puddle beneath their feet, burning them from the bottom up. It deals incredible damage and harnesses elements unlike anything else. The Lucky 7 also drops from the Handsome Jackpot DLC. This one from Scrap Trap Prime you can find around here in the compactor. Luck is typically a stat in RPGs, but not often tied to a single weapon. That is the case here with the Lucky 7, which provides 5 potential bonuses, each of which have a 25% chance to be active whenever you reload. They include always critical hits, fully automatic, elemental damage, explosive damage, and 7 projectiles. Get them all, or just a select few, and this gun is phenomenal. Moving on to the Nighthawken, which has an increased chance to drop from Rackman, you find around here in Carnivora. The Nighthawken is a weapon that becomes a different beast at night. You might think it's a werewolf, but it ain't, it's just a dull SMG. During the day it'll fire a single cryo projectile, but at night it'll fire 3 searing bullets. If you're looking to maximize the damage of this weapon, then you'll definitely want to be hunting at night. Now to the Tigs Boom, a shotgun that would seriously scare Chicken Little. It can only be dropped by Wotan during the Maliwan takedown. Each time you land a shot with this gun, there's a chance that the sky will open and meteors will rain down. The higher the projectile count, the higher the chance of that happening, and it's unique to see a gun that looks normal on the surface also raining down death from above. Moving on to the Grease Trap, a unique cartel weapon dropping from Joey Ultraviolet, Roaster, or the Tenderizer. Ever wonder why the crit falls out of your hands? Well, this gun has something to do with it. It has 2 firing modes, where the second boosts the power of its first. Using it properly, you'll grease up your target to empower the burn, causing a deadly ignition. It's great when paired with Zane's clone, allowing you to oil them up while he burns them down.